Everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Sambhu from Cloud Tech. Today I am going to demonstrate if you want to set up Memcached, basically caching mechanism on a particular EC2 instance by using SSL or TLS, how we can do that. So that part today I am going to demonstrate, and this request came one of my viewers. Okay, this request came from Karthik Reddy. Okay guys, so I hope not only him, it will be helpful to all the viewers, whoever viewing my video or whoever following my channel. Okay guys, so let's move on to the today's topic. So for that, what I need, basically first I need to launch one EC2 instance to do the setup. So let me show you that. Launch instance, Cloud Tech, instance type, let me keep it default, and key pair, let me select one key pair I have, and let's go to the security group. Let's select, I have one existing security group, let's select that and launch the instance. Okay guys, so instance now it is launching. So once instance is ready, right, so let's go to there. So it is now running. So what we need to do here is, let's take this public IP and connect from mobile extreme. Go here and give the EC2 user and select the private key here, and key is what I have given, this one. Okay guys, so now EC2 instance is launched and is connected. Now to make this video is fast, so I have already noted down all the steps what all I am going to show you. Okay guys, so let's open one by one. So let's go to my documentation page first. First question is, Memcached with the TLS or SSL, is it supported on EC2 instance? Of course it is supported, but it is not directly supported. We have to do some manual configuration to make it ready with the SSL. Okay guys, so what first we need to do, let's make it install that Memcached first. Okay, so it is installing. Now installation is, Memcached is installation done. So we'll set up the tunnel, basically it's a SSL proxy. So don't worry, I will give all this command in this video description for you also. Okay, so proxy setup is done. Now let us create a certificate. So if you want to do the like secure data transfer, right, so we need the certificate also. So let us generate the certificate. So now it is asking for what the country you belong and what state you are belong, or now what city you are belong, and then it is asking what the company name, suppose Cloud Tech, and what organization unit, maybe we can say IT, or what the host name, what the host name of your instance, basically host name. If you go to this particular instance, by using this instance only I am going to connect, right, so host name, definitely this host name. So let me show you that host, how to find host name. You just type the host name, you will get it, that host name, enter, and what the email address, @gmail.com, something like that I get. Now my certificate is ready. By using this we can use it now. So let's go to the next steps. Now we need to give the permission, like 600 permission we have to give, that whatever certificate we have generated, right, so let's give that 600. So if you want, you can check the certificate path also here, the PEM file. Yeah, it is there. Okay guys, so now let's go to, now tunnel configuration we have to do. Tunnel creation is done. Here we have installed the tunnel. If you see, tunnel installation done. Now let's do the configuration tunnel. So do the configuration, what we need to do, we need to open this particular file. Okay, and then we have to paste this particular content. Okay guys, so let's open that and just copy paste that. Let's do that. Better to be proper format, that will be best. So let's do that. this is done. Now next step is we have to, this is the normal memcache start. If you want to start like without SSL or TLS, this is just a start. If you want to like start the memcache with the tunneling, so let's start that memcache with tunneling here. Now memcache is started with the tunneling setups. So now if you want to connect this memcache, right, so now what we need basically, we need any like library, like either is a py memcached or maybe telnet, whatever you want to use, you can use it. So in our demos today, let's use the python only, py memcached, that client we are going to use it. So to use that py memcached, we have to install the python first. So installation is done. If though its installation is done, right, maybe pip, if you type, right, pip is not found, pip3 if you type, not found. So sometimes it's happened like that, even though python 3 is installed but pip is not yet installed, so we have to do manual installation here. So what we have to do, so let's first download that. So then do the pip python 3 get. Now this is okay. One warning is came here. Why? Because whenever we are working in python, right, basically python is recommended like create a virtual environment, and on that virtual environment whatever you want to do, let's do that. So since I am directly doing on the root user, right, so that's why this warning is came here. So how to create a virtual environment, all these things I have already demonstrated in my previous video, so you guys can refer that and accordingly you can do. So for today's demo, I am doing by root user itself. Okay guys, so this is done. So once this is done, right, so now we need to access this by python program, that memcache client. Okay guys, so how we can do that, so this is the sample piece of code I have written here. So what I am using here, like I said, py memcached I am going to use, and the client. So this is the client going to connect our host, and here I am giving the certificate path. This is the place I have generated the certificate, and host name verification true I am giving, so that it will be more like we can say like, okay, this particular host is the only able to access, and whichever host is like valid for to access this certificate, right, they only can access this. And certificate verification also I am doing, so that whatever certificate I am giving is that valid certificate to this particular host or not, that part also it will be generated, it will check, right. And the host name basically we have to give. So what our host name here, so let's take this host name and replace it. Okay, and let's try this gi source demo.py. Okay, and here I'm typing python 3.9. Before that, maybe you, which python version is installed, you can check that. So python command is not found. Okay, we installed python 3, right, but we are checking python, so that's why it is not recommended. So we have to check the version of the python 3. So the space version, then only we can get the version of the python. So now we can see the python 3 version is the 3.9.21, and by using that this one only we have to run our program. Okay guys, so let's run the program. Sorry, we install here only. So since this window is not reloaded, right, so that's why it is not saying python is not found. Which way? What happened? Look, Web3 is there. Python 3.9. But it is install python 3. Is that spelling mistake or what? Python not found. Let's try. Got 9 and 10. So saying like this command is not py this whatever py memcached we are going to use, right? We are not yet installed, so we have to install. Okay, so let's install PyCharm. So yum, maybe it is not founding, so let's try with the pip3 install, try this. Okay, now it is successful, so let us run this. Now we can see it is connected and we are able to get. Now how we can say like it is using that or not, so let us try proper validation. Here no exception 100. This code is a simple plain text code, right? So and here since we are using hostname verification, hostname is verified, certificate is verified here, right? If you don't want to verify, you can make it false and you can make it none here also. So but better to do the verification. Okay guys, so but how we can create this code as an industry standard? So this is a simple code, right? But if you want to make that code as a production specific code, then how we can do that, right? So that part, let me show you that also. So production specific code, if I want to show you that, so basically production specific code means we have to make proper like structure wise we have to make the code. We cannot do this kind of code in the production server, right, or real life project, right? If you want to do in the real life project, then we have to do this kind of coding best practice. Okay, so what we are doing here is first step is like we should not use the print here, like we are using print, right? It's not a recommended. We have to use the logger. So I have created one login here and using info level. So if you want to debug, you can change it debug, whatever you want to default you can make it here. So let's keep info here for my use case, and I am doing the get SSL context. So in the SSL context, host name verified and certificate verified, what I am passing the certificate path, basically which path it is belong to. Okay, and I am creating the SSL context and that I am returning. And then while you are using the connect to memcached, that time I am using that SSL context. So while basically it is starting this program, it is starting from here. This is the industry standard, we have to do like this. So main function it will come here. Here what we are doing, we are just specifying all the variable is a reading from the environment variable. Okay, here host name, port number and the certificate path. Okay guys, and host name, like whatever host name we have to replace that. So and then we are getting the SSL context by using this certificate path. We are creating the SSL context, that method, separate method we have created. And then again we are creating the client basically from the connect to the memcached. So once that client we get, then by using that client we can set and get the value. Okay guys, and then again we are making try catch. So this is very good important thing, like always in the industry standard program we have to do the try catch also accordingly. Okay guys, post here. So let's try this particular code in our EC2 instance. Okay guys, so let's try that. Yeah, code it brought something like that. I gave like this and put it here. Okay, so now run this code. 3.9 prod. Now here it is a connected and it set that value with the proper login, right? What time it is login, all these things. Then we are setting this value and then we are retrieving that and then connection is closed, right? But how do we specify it? Like suppose if something wrong, right? So let me show you that also. Suppose I am giving here wrong port number. So whatever try catch we are using, that it's working or not, how we can specify it, how we can validate basically. So let me show you that also. Suppose here I am giving wrong port, okay? Then this should not work, right? It should throw an exception, right? So let us see it is throwing exception or not. So let's try. Yeah, it is throwing the exception. What through exception is throwing error unaccepted error. Okay. But it is in above message, if you see it is saying that it is a connected. If it is a connected, then why exception is throwing? Very interesting. Right? So if you see the coding structure, let me show you that. Here what we are doing, here get connection, while we are doing the connection, right? Here we have already try catch is there. Then if something wrong, this message has to print, right? But it is not printing. It's printing whatever main method have that exception, right? So unexpected or error. This one is printing. Why? Because in this main function, right? So memcached, when we are taking the client, right, until you are not doing the setter or any verification kind of thing, right? That time you don't know the connection is properly established or not. So if you see here in our project, go up here. Here I am just making logger.info. As soon as I make the client call, I am just giving printing this line, right? So this info is printing because this time maybe in background that connection still going on. So it is properly established or connection is happening or not. If you want to print this particular error message also, then how we can handle this? So let me show you that also. Come here. Suppose in that better to show you here. So here just a client dot either set also you can do or version also you can. Okay, something like that. This is like a just to verification, just to check like connection is there or not. That's all. If connection is not there, right, it will throw an error here. Let me show you that. Here typing basically, guys, like if I directly type, right, if any spelling mistake or any syntax error, right, I cannot identify, right. It will take again time, even though we can identify, but it will take time. That's why I prefer that editor. There we can check like anything we are doing mistake, right. It will be easy to us. Now WQ. Now let's try to run this. Now see, failed to connect the Memcached server. Here itself this message is printed. Earlier it was saying like connected. Now this is like a properly exception handled. So now again if you give that proper, just come down here, change the port proper, like correct port, just give here. Then run it. Now see, it is connected and it's properly printing. So this is how we can debug also. Okay guys, so if that pip is not installed, then we can install. Even though these are the thing, keep in mind. Okay guys, I hope this session will helpful to you guys, and if you feel this video is valuable, then I will request you guys, please like this video and please subscribe my channel to support me. That will really inspire to me create this kind of video. Okay guys, see you in my next video. Chalo, bye.